Wait. Don't go anywhere because somebody asked a question and let me see the question. This is a good one. So somebody asked a question. It could have been your question. Don't go anywhere. Hey y'all, I'm super excited about today. I want y'all to know that I am appreciative of y'all. We've been doing 127 episodes, y'all, and your girl keep going every day. Y'all know I'm doing something in the background, but let's get to it. I am the real Alisa Applewhite, your CEO 3 times, and this is the live. Let's see. Let's get to it. Where is it? Right there. All right, so this is 15-minute live Q&A with your CEO 3 times, the real Alisa Applewhite. I am the real Alisa Applewhite, and I'm going to get to it, y'all. People ask me all the time, wait a minute. 15 minutes on the clock. People ask me all the time, why do I go live Monday through Friday? Y'all, it's very simple, okay? Y'all keep asking me questions. I am going to literally answer it, okay? So people ask me questions about life. People ask me questions about family. People ask me questions about kids. They ask me personal questions too. And I'm like, hey, you don't think that's a little too personal? I'm cool and all, but ain't that personal. But you keep asking me questions, so I want to make sure that you continue to ask me your questions and we answer them, right? And we are able to help you to grow. I can't write and think. No, I'm spelling this wrong. Okay. So keep asking me the questions, y'all. Keep bringing them. Keep coming to me to bring in the questions. And we got so many stored up. So I'm super excited to answer these live and just help you to understand what the question is. So I ask people all the time to please ask me questions based on healthcare. But guess what? Healthcare pours into everything. So let's get to it. I think I spelled that right. Y'all gonna tell me if I spelled it wrong. But let's go to the question. All right. So question number 127. What specialty do you hire for a healthcare staff and business, y'all? This is a great question. Like whoever asked this was like, Alisa, I'm not about to pay you $20,000 to ask you this question. I'm going to ask this question for free because you answer questions for free every day of the week, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays and Sundays, y'all, there are recordings. So you can catch us here live at 12 p.m. on all social media platforms. And I literally mean all. I think TikTok is not here. Y'all, I gotta get known on TikTok. Like I heard you go viral up there. I found some tips last night. I was like, this is how people be going viral. So literally ask me a question. Ask me a question about healthcare staff and life. You can DM me the question, email me the question. I'm still trying to figure out how people get my cell phone number, text me the question. But definitely message me and I will answer your question for free on this live. And I give you 3 things on what I think your question is going to be. All right. So Episode 127. What specialty do you hire for a healthcare staffing business, y'all? And I tell my mentees this all the time. Nurses. They say, okay, Alisa, but I thought you could staff up to a certain amount of people. You can staff several specialties. But I'm trying to tell you, if you have a healthcare staffing business, nurses need to be on your roster. Okay. Nurses make up about 80 to 86% of the population of any hospital. Okay. So if nurses have over 50% of population in a facility, that means they need nurses more than they need anything. Okay. And for like every one doctor, there might be 3 to 5 to 8 nurses. Okay. So I want you to think about it in that way. If I'm going to staff anybody in healthcare staffing, for sure, I am literally going to make sure that I staff nurses. And you say, Lisa, what are nurses, y'all? Nurses, they're different type of nurses, okay? So you have your LPN, which is a licensed practical nurse. That is a medical professional that normally works in nursing homes. Hospitals are seeing that they cannot fill their hospitals with registered nurses any longer. So they are actually letting them back in the hospital, right? At one point, when I was just starting to become an LPN in 2009, they were pushing LPNs out of the hospital. And those that had worked there for a very long time, they were what we call grandfather clocked in, where they didn't lose their position. They actually got to keep their position because they was in that hospital for so long. They can do the things that RNs could do, but still have that RN to check off on them, right? But now it's getting desperate again. So they are putting LPNs back in hospitals. So for those staffing agencies, that's like, I don't know where to place this LPN. You better call a hospital, because a lot of hospitals, we are seeing this trend, are putting LPNs, licensed practical nurses, in hospitals. And for my Texas people and my California people, let me say what it is, right? So LPN is a licensed practical nurse, and that is mainly East Coast language. Okay, that is like your Florida, that is like your Florida, that is like your North Carolina, your Virginia, right, your New Jersey. But then when you get to California and Texas, they call them LVNs, right, which is a licensed vocational nurse, which is the same thing, y'all. It's just the V in the middle, which is vocational, and then the eastern part is practical. Okay. So you definitely want to hire LPNs on your roster, especially for nursing homes. If you're going to staff nursing homes, is that if you decide, Lisa, all I want to do is staff nursing homes, you definitely want to get LPNs on your roster. If you say, Alisa, I want to staff nursing homes and hospitals, you definitely still want to get LPNs on your roster. Okay. You want to get registered nurses on your rosters. Those are RNs. Okay. Registered nurses are, they like, I hate to say this word, but I got to, y'all. They the cream of the crop, right? Most registered nurses won't work in hospital in nursing homes, but you can get a registered nurse in the hospital because of the work. The work, nursing home work can be a little bit tough on the body. Okay, and majority of them, they'll work in a hospital. They'll do like a travel contract. And the reason why I say that RNs are the cream of the crop is because you can place them in more places than you can place an LPN, right? LPNs you can place in doctor's offices as well, and like dental offices, medical facilities like that. But when it comes to your hospital, and your hospital has so many different departments that you can place people in, the registered nurse is pretty much the ones that you want to staff. So you want to staff LPNs, you want to staff registered nurses, because this particular population, again, makes up about 80 to 86% of any hospital's community, right? So that's a large percentage of medical professionals that are just nurses. So a bulk of your money, your profit and your revenue is going to come from nurses, okay? I just want to make sure I keep saying that to people when they ask me, well, what should I staff? If you staff anything else, you need to have nurses in that pool, okay? And this is not certified nursing assistants, y'all. Certified nursing assistants are the assistant to the LPN or to the RN. And you can staff certified nursing assistants. We staff certified nursing assistants because I was a certified nursing assistant for so long. It's the respect of the matter for me, right? You find some really good ones out there. And then some you don't, but that's a whole different story. But definitely you want to make sure you're staffing nurses. And nurses have different specialties. So you got your L&D nurse, which is your labor and delivery nurse. You have your ICU nurse, which is your intensive care nurse. You have your med surgical nurse. That's your nurse that takes care of everybody primary issues, right? So like if they're diabetic, if they have pneumonia, stuff like that. So you have your it's called med surg nurse or medical surgical nurse. You have your telemetry nurse, which is your tele nurse. That's your cardiac nurse. That's the nurse that's going to take care of everything when it comes to the heart, right? And then your telemetry nurse can be broken down into different cardiac units. So like it could be PCU, which is progressive care unit. That's normally like a cardiac based unit where they get medical surgical patients there, but they primarily focus on people with heart issues as well. And then that also breaks down into a step down unit. So step down units can be just like a unit up from the cardiac unit. So if the patient literally is having cardiac issues, but they need additional help, like additional IVs or additional medications, you can put them in a step down unit. And that's the in between a physical unit, like a telemetry unit, in the ICU. So you don't need ICU. You don't need critical care where they might potentially put a tube down your throat, have to put you to sleep and do all this stuff. You need somebody to just monitor you. They might have to give you drugs right away. They might have to react right away. So we're going to put you in that step down unit, right? So then you also have endocrinology nurses, where all they do is work on endocrine. You have diabetic nurses, where all they do is work on diabetes. You think of a system, there's a medical professional for it, right? You got GI nurses, you got neuro nurses, you got neurosurgical ICU nurses, right? So for every body system, there is usually an ICU that operates that body system, right? So you have surgical trauma, right? So if you're getting surgeries, there's an OR nurse that does the surgeries, but then there's also a surgical trauma nurse that deals with the surgical trauma ICU patients, right? Then you have a neurology floor where you deal with patients with like TBI, which is total brain injuries. So there are so many specialties in nursing. And this is why I said, if you staff anything in healthcare, you need to staff nursing. It's going to broaden literally the medical professionals that you can staff, right? So number 2, what specialty do I hire for in healthcare staffing business, y'all? NPs, nurse practitioners. So this is huge because a lot of a lot of hospitals and doctors' offices are going to nurse practitioners, right? And they're also called NPs because it's cheaper to pay them than it is to pay a doctor, okay? So they literally could get one doctor to manage multiple facilities and put this nurse practitioner under that doctor. And that nurse practitioner they have their own doctorate thing where they can write prescriptions and stuff. But now they are in the doctor role and they just need one medical person that can, I guess, sign off on the legal parts on that part. I'm not quite sure if they still need, I know they don't need a doctor to write the orders, but they can write orders, and it has to be a doctor on them because they always have somebody attending that they report to. So it has to be. I'm thinking in my mind while I'm physically working in my mind too, right? So nurse practitioners are the new doctors. I'm sad to say, I hate to say it that way, but who makes a great doctor? It's not just doctors, right? Doctors are great. I met some great doctors that I absolutely love. And I met some doctors I wouldn't take my dog to. I'm just being honest. And I'm just like, I don't know how you still practicing. And the same thing for nurses. I met some nurses that I will trust my whole life with. And I met some nurses and I'm just like, why are you still in this industry at this point? Right? So what I'm saying to you is nurse practitioners are literally like the cheaper doctors. So that's why hospitals hire them, because they can make them do all the work that the doctors do, majority of it, and pay them thousands of dollars less. Okay. But they still get paid good to be a nurse, and they have to have an additional part of education. So that's another reason why nurse practitioners are very, very needed. And they also have different specialties. All right, we got 3 minutes on the clock, so I want to make sure I save some time. All right, what specialty do you hire for healthcare staffing business? Y'all, it's 52 different specialties you can hire. And this is where I plug in my business. We are literally doing a webinar tomorrow at 8 p.m. Make sure you register for the webinar, y'all. We are literally teaching people how to build a healthcare staffing agency from scratch in 6 hours. You heard what I said. I said 6 hours. We are doing this new thing called an intensive, where if you give me 6 hours of your time virtually, I will help you build a staffing agency in 6 hours, y'all. We have an 8-hour program as well going that same day. Our date is going to be February 23rd. Get your tickets, right? Get your tickets so you can be in this room. So if you know somebody and they like, Alisa, look, I know you charge this amount for your course. I don't have this amount for your course, y'all. We doing a lookout for everybody. These tickets, they start at only $2,500. So you get to build your healthcare staffing agency at $2,500, y'all. And tickets gonna sell out. We only taking 10 people. That's it. We only taking 10 people, right? So we're taking a certain amount for 2,500. Then we have some upsells, of course, because we want you to come in that day and get it done. Like, get it done. So I'm super, super excited about this intense, y'all. But literally, you can staff 52 medical professionals, right? And we have the list to show you all the 52 that you can staff. And we super, super excited about this intensive, because I'm like, can I do it? Is it a test for me? Can I help somebody build it? Sure, it can help somebody build it. And I'm super, super excited about it. So yes, you can staff up to 52 medical professionals, y'all. So think about a specialty in healthcare: janitorial, dietitian, phlebotomist. You can staff this as a healthcare staffing owner, okay? So the question is, what specialty do I hire for the staffing business? We got 54 seconds on the clock. Number 1 is nurses. Y'all better pay attention while I went into them nurses and write them down. Number 2 is NP. And the next one is the 52 specialty, y'all. I want to go into why do they call me CEO 3 times, y'all. So at first, everybody's CEOs in their life. You bossing yourself, your family, your community. Y'all, everybody's a boss at least 3 times in their life. But what I'm telling you is, we call ourselves CEO 3 times. And I say we because I'm always talking about me and my husband. We are one because we have 3 companies, right? The first company called Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing, where we staff medical professionals in hospitals, doctors' offices, and nursing homes. Then we have TOTLHS Heart to Go Inc. This is our nonprofit. This is the baby that takes care of our medical professionals. Then we have the real Alisa Applewhite Consulting, where we consult everyday people like you on how to build a healthcare staffing agency from scratch. We partner with medical professionals that want critical care experience, and we teach them different critical care experience so they can get into the arenas that they want to, y'all. We go to literal middle schools, high schools, teaching people how to build businesses, healthcare businesses, of course, and then also teaching them how to manage their credit. We have partnered with hospitals and nursing homes to show them the template on how to retain staff. What I'm telling you is, my goal is to let people know, period, that you're going to be a patient. At the doctor's office, when you get your annual checkup, when you go to the dentist to get your annual teeth checked, if you accidentally end up in the hospital, you're going to be in a patient. So why not care about the medical professional that's taking care of you, right? Why not have some control over who that person is going to be? All right. So this is why we call ourselves CEO 3 times. We have 3 companies. We want you to follow me on all social media platforms. Go follow me now. Y'all, I'm telling you, right? We're not playing no games. So we got Latrice. Oh God, I'm gonna kill your name, and I'm so sorry, my Instagram family. La Taranisha join. La Taranisha. That's what we sticking with. I apologize for your name. I'm just gonna call you La, right? She's like, no, what's my name, right? La Care Trishna. All right. With Taranisha. I think that's it, y'all. We got her who joined us on Instagram. Welcome, our Instagram family. We appreciate you. Who else we got here? We have Miss Faye Williams, my mama. Happy thank you, mama. I'm about to say happy birthday. Your birthday been passed. But thank you, mama, for watching. I appreciate it. Y'all go and subscribe to my YouTube channel now, because we are literally giving away $500, $1,000, and $2,000 this month, and I want to make sure that you are a part of it, right? So I want to make sure you are a part of it. So go subscribe to the YouTube channel now. As always, I absolutely love y'all. I'm so glad that you joined me today. Make sure you register for the intensive, right? So it's literally and I'm going to put it up here so y'all can see it. intensive. Yeah. So no, it's called intense. So this is the what is it? The 6 hour thing that we're doing, right? And it's called Intense. So you want to go and get your tickets to this Intense. It is February 23rd of this year, right? So go and get your tickets for the Intense because it's going to be a 6 hour event where we literally break you down and we are on it. We are building your healthcare staffing agency from scratch. I wanted to do it this way for people who were unable to afford the option to take the whole course with me, the 12-week course, because your dream shouldn't be deferred because you don't have the payment at the time. But let's get you some money. Let's get you staffing so you can make sure you make a difference in these patients' lives as well. All right, y'all. So I absolutely love y'all. Webinar this Thursday. Do not miss the webinar this Thursday. So I absolutely love y'all, and I can't not express this enough. Go out and build a relationship with your creator because listen, your mama love you, your daddy love you, your spouse love you, your kids love you, but nobody loves you. Nobody. There is nobody who can compete to the love that God has for you. I'm talking about is crazy. It's some days I just be like, what's the need to complain? Ain't no need to complain about nothing because God already has it figured out. I just got to keep believing and I just got to keep walking forward and I just got to keep putting in the work, right? Because faith without work is dead. So go out, build a relationship with your creator because God absolutely loves you and he wants to hear from you. So go, and I love you. Have a great day.
The importance of an intense schedule is to help people understand that you have a schedule and that they see that you're organized, and it helps and reflects your business as, okay, this person has their stuff together. If they say they're going to do this, and then they're going to do it. It helps you stay accountable for what you promise people you're going to do, because you cannot have a business where people don't trust you. When the trust is gone, your business is gone.